Jason Lowe at 232-8500. Attorney Jason Lowe has secured not guilty verdicts in cases including assault and battery, domestic abuse, and more. Attorney Jason Lowe handles all criminal cases, such as drug charges, DUIs, bad checks, and family law, including child support. He also offers flexible payment plans and a free initial consultation. Call Attorney Jason Lowe at 405-232-8500. He will fight for you.
Oklahoma, get ready, 'cause it's rodeo time. Get your tickets now for the Perry Publishing and Broadcasting Company and Tinker Federal Credit Union 26th Annual Red Dirt Rodeo, featuring Black, Native American, Hispanic, and white, all in one of Oklahoma's favorite rodeos. And new this year, the Red Dirt Rodeo Queen. Come see who wears the crown. And of course, the Pony Express Tournament will be on deck. Who will be the 100% Bell Bonds Pony Express Tournament champion? And oh yeah, live in concert, it's national recording artist Tonio Armand with his smash hit single, Country Girl.
Girl in the cowgirl.
That's Tonio Armand.
Country girl, and that's
Be the first to put your boots in the dirt. The new home of Red Dirt Rodeo, all taking place Saturday, May 2nd. The all-new OG&E Coliseum at the Oklahoma State Fairground, Oklahoma City. Get your tickets now at the OG&E Coliseum. Hopkins Hair Care, True Beauty Supply, Alchemy Meat, Bono Superior Blend, Power 103.5, and OKC Heart and Soul 92.1, 1140 Studio, or online at OKStateFair.com. That's OKStateFair.com with tickets starting at just $10, not including service charges. It's the 26th Annual Red Dirt Rodeo. Red Dirt Rodeo. Inside the all-new OG&E Coliseum. Also brought to you by 100% Bell Bond, Metro Tech, another Janelle Tinted Rodeo production, Oklahoma Law Cowboy, and Peace City, Oklahoma. Red Dirt Rodeo, OG&E Coliseum, Saturday, May 2nd. Don't miss it.
See you do the rodeo.
Welcome to Millwood Playoff Basketball, sponsored by Attorney Jason Lowe of Lowe Law Firm. It's the Class 3A Bracket #1 Area Consolation Championship game. This is a true win-or-go-home scenario coming out tonight. Win, you punch your ticket to the state tournament. A loss, and your season comes to an end. It's the Class 3A #13 Bethel Wildcats versus Class 3A #7 in your mighty Millwood Falcons. Now, the Falcons fell to Alva last night, 55-11. The Falcons were simply inconsistent yesterday. In a word, the defense was good but not great, and the Falcons could not buy a basket last night, shooting only 34% for the entire game. Caden Williams was the true bright spot of the game last night. She was the only Falcon to reach double digits as she scored 10 points. Now, the Falcons are better than what they showed yesterday. They are capable and truly have a chance to turn things around tonight. Now, the Falcons will face the Bethel Wildcats. They are 20-10 this season. They have truly played a lot of basketball, 30 games. They lost their opening game in regional playoffs to Jones, and then had to win 3 consecutive games to stay in the fight. And yesterday, fortune would have it that they got an opportunity to play Jones again. And this time they beat Jones 42-24. They have now won 4 straight contests and are looking to make it 5 games in a row tonight. Both teams will leave it on the floor this evening. Welcome to Falcon Pregame, brought to you by Attorney Jason Lowe. Hey, if you're in a situation and need someone on your side, Attorney Jason Lowe, get the legal consultation that you need, and you can get it for free. Call Lowe Law Firm 405-232-8500. That's 405-232-8500. Attorney Jason Lowe, he will fight for you. I'm Maurice Prince, joined courtside above it correctly tonight with the student and the protege in Jamin Dawson. Good evening, Jamin. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Another night to call some basketball and hopefully another shot for Millwood to enter that state tournament. So this is a great night.
Now, last night, Jamin, the Falcons had a tough offensive night. They could not find any traction and you normally see great play from Madison Presley. She couldn't get going last night. You always see timely baskets coming from Mariah Gadsden sometimes. She couldn't get it going. And then Reagan Carey, the always seasoned veteran of this team, she couldn't get it going at all last night. And it was one of those type of nights where you were just hoping someone could be able to start this team and get a little run going. The defense was not always great last night, but how do you turn the page and get ready for tonight?
You turn the page by balling up yesterday and throwing it in the trash can, Mo. You can't take anything from yesterday into today because this is a new opportunity, and quite frankly, it's your last opportunity. So for some of these leaders on this team, like senior Kaden Williams, she was the bright spot yesterday, finding a way to get it done, especially from the free throw line, but some timely buckets and some good defense. But for Courtney McCarroll, Reagan Carey, one of the older players on this team, you want to see them lead, but we know the star potential that we have for some of these freshmen like Madison Presley and Lauren Carey. The addition of Lauren Carey will definitely make a difference tonight, but I don't think Madison Presley will replicate what she did yesterday. I think she can get it going.
Yeah, and I think you don't see this team that it played so well have one bad game, and you just hated for it to be in the area championship game last night. You just really hated it. However, that's why you get one more opportunity. It's now win. And from this point on, from Saturday, any teams that's playing across the state of Oklahoma tonight, win tonight, you basically have to treat every game as if it's an elimination game, because the state tournament, there is no mulligans, there is no oops. It's either you have it or you don't. Interesting point before I let you hear the pregame conversation I had with Coach Jackson. This is the interesting point. Both these teams have played two similar teams, and I find that always interesting when you start trying to measure up who's who. Bethel lost to Dale 40-59. However, they beat OCS, the other like opponent that Millwood had, 33-31, and they did that recently here in the playoffs. However, Millwood beat Dale, and if I'm not mistaken, didn't we hear the stat yesterday that Millwood is the only team in the top 3A, top 10 to beat Dale?
Right, that's correct, and that's definitely a testament to the team they can be, and we just need to see them come out and replicate that tonight.
Right, exactly. We know that that's capability, but Millwood also did something different with OCS. Millwood didn't just beat OCS, they kind of smoked them a little bit, 65-38. So in that particular case, that tells you that the Millwood Lady Falcons have the potential. They have the ability. The question is tonight is what Jamin said earlier. Can they shake that off and get ready to play some basketball tonight? So let's go ahead and listen to Millwood head basketball coach LaToya Jackson and get her thoughts here in pregame of what her team is expected to do tonight. Talking pregame with Millwood ladies basketball coach LaToya Jackson. Coach, what was the speech to the team following a tough loss against Alva?
Just regroup. We got another one tonight, and so just regroup. Focus on what we can control. That game, we wish we would have won that game last night, so we didn't have to play back to back. But I just told them, we got to focus on what we can control, and that's tonight's game.
One of the things, Coach, there are some times in basketball where you have just tough shooting nights. That was one of those games last night. Team has not shot that bad in any game this season, and they happen to have that in the playoff game. How did the players got to learn how to shake that off? What did you tell them about that?
It came at the worst time, but it happens like that sometime. And I feel like that's it's kind of a confidence thing as well. It goes kind of hand in hand when you don't see the ball fall like you're used to. You kind of get your confidence down. So I just told them, just maintain their confidence and, just trust the work that they've put in, because they have put in the work, and, we've been seeing it the last few games. And so it's there. They just got to continue to trust it. And once the ball falls, it'll be all right.
Will you have a full roster available to you tonight?
Yes, we will. We had some girls that were battling, sickness. And so hopefully that the sickness bug has passed by our team, and we can be at full strength.
It's a win or go home scenario tonight for this team. Your first round with this group and first round with it at Millwood in general. What kind of things will you say to the team, and what will be the focus, or what will you want them to focus on taking the floor tonight?
Just taking care of business, doing what we do. You know, I feel like I don't want to put too much pressure on them. Like, hey, we got to do this, we got to do that. Our season is going to end. I want them to stay loose and just play the basketball that they've been playing these last few weeks, because they have been playing well during these playoffs, and just continue to play the game that they've been playing, and just focus on what we can control, play our basketball, and then however the game ends, we want to know that we gave it our best.
Last night you had a great game plan against Alva, wasn't able to execute it, so you have to draw up a new one tonight for Bethel. What must you take away from them to give yourself the best chance to win?
They have, they have a few good players that they run their sets for, so just making sure that we stay attached to those girls and know where those girls are at all times, and buckle down on the defensive end, and like you said, just make shots. When you make shots, the game becomes a lot easier, and so that's something that we want to do in the first quarter, is really just see the ball go in the hole early, and to lift that confidence for our girls.
Coach LaToya Jackson, Jamin, she had a lot to say there. What stood out to you in terms of her? We started the conversation with last night, and she kind of ended it with what needs to happen differently tonight. What's your thoughts on some of the things she said?
Right, really just tightening up on defense and getting some early buckets if you can get them in transition, or whether you're running offense through the players that you have on the court. But the biggest thing that stands out to me is there's not one specific thing that they need to focus on, because she doesn't want them to feel any pressure, but rather they need to apply the pressure because a lot of their successes came from their defense. They only generated 5 steals yesterday and output 20 fouls, and that's really not the game that they play. So staying more true to their style of play is definitely going to lead them to where they want to be.
No doubt about that. When you start looking a little bit deeper behind that, these teams do have a little bit of recent history. I'll get to that during the game itself. But when you start talking about shaking off the game of last night more than anything else, I really took the last few words of the team, 2 things that she said. One, full roster tonight. You mentioned it earlier. Lauren Carey will be available tonight. What kind of things can Lauren Carey do that we weren't able to see last night?
Just instill confidence on the offensive end. She can really get hot, whether that's from 3 or scoring in transition. And to be a freshman, she really does have a great deal of confidence. So that right there, getting some early buckets and sharing the basketball, is really just going to start a great trend offensively, but it all starts on the defensive side.
You're right, because Lauren Carey can get steals in bunches. She has the length, and she's deceptively fast and has a lot of length, and so she covers a lot of ground. You put that tandem on the floor, especially if her and her sister get to working together, things can really open up on the floor quite a bit for the Lady Falcons tonight. But to me, I consider her to be a tremendous X factor, because Bethel was here last night, of course, while Millwood was taking on Alva. In fact, we were not too far away from them when they were here, and they were doing a good job in terms of scouting what Millwood has. But Lauren Carey will be an X factor tonight, because they did not see her and see what she could bring to the table. And to me, that's going to be an advantage for the Falcons, because she was out last night and was not able to play. But having her tonight will help the rotation, because Coach Jackson alluded to it. It'll put some less scoring responsibility on some of the other players who normally don't have to carry that load. Now the ball will move a little bit more, and she's willing to take the 3, as you said. She's willing to score in transition, and then she'll steal, cause a block, and she does provide also one other thing, the ability to guard another wing defender at any spot on the floor.
Right, and when you have players like Carrington Threat getting a lot of minutes, and Kalia Hines and Raquel Hunt, you do put more pressure on them scoring-wise. It's just more demanding in the situation they're in. But when they can go out there and just be at the top of the defense and play their game and be able to defer to scores like Lauren Carey, that's really going to open up new doors for this Millwood Lady Falcons team.
Now, seeing the ball going to easy shots. The Falcons got a lot of easy shots against Alva last night. They just did not fall. The only person who was able to get those easy shots was Caden Williams, but Caden Williams was also the only one who was successful truly at the free throw line. How important is that, and the three-point shooting for this team tonight? Where do you sit on that issue?
It's going to be vital, because last game was considered a pretty physical game. Even Alva committed 17 fouls, and they had their fair share of free throws. But 54% is just not championship-level basketball. You've got to find a way to exploit any avenue of the game you can, and I believe this is going to be another physical game yet again. Caden Williams went 6 for 10 from the free throw line, but everybody else is going to have to pull their own weight.
the three-point shooting is not truly the factor that really will of course you want them to take the higher percentage shot, and if the shots are not falling, step in closer. However, it's the off ball, those turnovers in lazy passes, those turnovers that come in live ball situations that allowed the team that may be struggling. There were moments last night against Alva where the Falcons turned the ball over, and you're talking about a 2-on-1 situation, and it allowed Alva to get some of their other players going. Most notably last night, Adair, who had 26 points last night in last night's affair. And to me, that's a very big factor for the Falcons. You cannot allow shooters shoot, and sometimes you make them, sometimes you don't. But you don't want to give someone who was rolling like Adair last night for Alva the opportunity to put points up from an easy standpoint, and they did a really fantastic job last night against the Falcons of doing that.
Right, they absolutely did, but you can't give any team in this situation trying to get to the state tournament any extra opportunity. So you have to be ultra intentional with all your passes, and like you mentioned, in a live ball situation, they have numbers going down the court, and that was just a lot of easy transition buckets for Kylie Adair.
Now, want to make sure we thank our other sponsors for tonight's broadcast, which is SSM Health, First Security Bank, OCCC, Love Student of the Month, Bank First, and Super Prep. And, of course, our title sponsor for tonight's broadcast is attorney Jason Lowe. Get the legal help you deserve with a free initial consultation. Get the Lowe Law Firm on your side today. 405-232-8500. That's 405-232-8500. In less than a minute here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to see, going to have the teams announce they're going to play the national anthem. But before we do that, we're going to give our station, because of course we are broadcasting live on OKC Sports Radio 105.3. We're going to give them a chance to go ahead and identify station identification. So we're going to pause right now for that. It's time for station identification. You are listening to Millwood Falcon basketball.
Your home for live and local high school sports. OKC Sports Radio, KINB 105.3 FM, HD1. Kingfisher, Oklahoma City, a Perry Broadcasting Station.
Pause for the national anthem. All right, let's go ahead and give it over to the public address announcer for the starting lineups.
Millwood Falcons. Bethel Wildcats. Are you ready for your Class 3A1 Constellation Championship? Starting lineup for the Millwood Lady Falcons. Wearing number 1, Reagan Kelly.
got the starting lineups for you this evening. And for the Millwood Lady Falcons, of course, it is Reagan Carey, Caden Williams, number 11, Madison Presley, number 13, of course, Mariah Gaston, number 33, star Thomas Rawdells. And for the Bethel Lady Wildcats, we have number 3, Lexi Tucker, number 5, Kinley Bowles, number 10, Layla Menhusen, number 21, Bailey Tucker, and number 22, Ava Gascon. So that will be your starters tonight. Going to see who's going to jump it up in center circle. Looks like it's going to be Layla Menhusen versus Caden Williams going to jump it up in center circle tonight. So again, the crowd, Millwood, of course, wearing their blue with their white numbers on their jerseys. Maurice Prince and Jamin Dawson on the call this evening is Get Ready for Millwood Basketball, sponsored tonight by attorney Jason Lowe. Falcons control the tip. Reagan Carey now has it, gives it up to Mariah Gaston. Reagan Carey gets it on a handoff, goes downhill. Ball knocked loose, and it looks like they're going to say turnover on Reagan Carey driving down the lane, and it will be Bethel Wildcat ball. Falcons extend pressure, and they use the corner option or the half-court corner option to break the press. Deep three-point shot. That time missed. Rebound pulled down by Madison Presley. See if Presley can get going. She turns the ball over as a steal was committed right there by the Wildcats. Three-point shot, no good that time. Rebound again by Reagan Carey. And Reagan Carey loses balance. There was a little physical play in the corner there. Reagan Carey never got her balance. The ball goes out. It's Bethel ball.
Right, that's 3 early turnovers here by the Millwood Falcons. Testament to Bethel Wildcats and that defense on the first one, but 2 just uncharacteristic turnovers after that.
All right, trying to get things set. Lexi Tucker. Ball's going to be stolen by Mariah Gaston. Goes coast to coast. She gets the steal and the deal.
Get used to seeing a lot of that. Millwood applying that pressure here early. Does a nice job recovering from that and stealing the ball.
Three-point shot on the other end, knocked down by Ava Gascon. Wide open three-point shot. Falcons, they beat the press, attacked it to the wing, threw it in for a three-point shot. Bethel up 3-2 right now, 6:46 to go. Mariah getting the call from Coach Jackson on what the offensive set is. And here we go. Falcons, Wildcats both need a win to make the state tournament. Everything's on the line tonight.
All right, trying to find a way to break this Bethel zone here.
Star Thomas Rawdells with the short corner jump shot. She misses that one that time. Ball's going to be knocked away by Reagan Carey. Trap in the back corner, and it looks like a timeout's going to be called right now by head coach Tara Satterfield on that play right there. 6:18 to go. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll stay right here. Want to make sure we thank all our sponsors for tonight's broadcast. SSM Health, First Security Bank, OCCC Love Student of the Month, Bank First, and Super Prep. And tonight's title sponsor for tonight's broadcast is attorney Jason Lowe. Get the legal help you deserve with a free initial consultation. Call the Lowe Law Firm, 405-232-8500. Maurice Prince and Jamin Dawson. Kind of a frantic first few minutes of the game here, Jamin. The Falcons turning the ball over, not something that you're kind of not used to seeing early in a game. But credit to Bethel, they came with the intensity early.
Right, and that's just something that Millwood's going to have to shake off here. But for Bethel, they're finding great success in sticking to that zone and just putting a little pressure on the ball.
Now, someone's going to have to identify. Right in front of the scorer's table stands Lexi Tucker. That is the press breaker. They're basically flaring 2 players back, standing just under their own free throw goal. And as they move, the mid receiver, I would call it, is standing right there in front of the scorer's table to help break the press. Ball over the top, stolen again. Knocked loose by Reagan Carey. Mariah Gaston gets it, dives to the basket. She can't get it. And then trying to drive inside, drawing contact and a foul was, of course, it's Maddie Presley, who did a terrific job of getting the rebound and getting to the goal.
Right, that turnover there was caused by Carey, and that was great awareness by Gaston to charge down court, but even better rebound for Madison Presley. She only had 6 shots on the night yesterday, so it's good to see her get one up early and maybe some at the free throw line.
And she knocks down that sweet string music. We're all tied up at 3 right now, 6:04 to go.
Presley misses the second one. Rebound controlled by the Wildcats. Reagan Carey covering. And then again, Reagan Carey's going to get caught reaching into the cookie jar that time, and she fouled, looked like she fouled Bailey Tucker on the play. Reagan Carey's first foul of the night. Both teams with one team foul apiece.
Right, just trying to stay aggressive, Reagan Carey. Even if she can't get the scoring going, one big defensive play can start turning things around.
All right, ball in the hands now of Ava Gascon. Ball handed off now to Tucker. Now to Bowles. At free throw elbow jumper, no good. Rebound pulled down that time by Bailey Tucker. Leaves open to Ava Gascon, who knocked down the only three-point shot of the game thus far, and she has the only points for the Wildcats in the game.
Right, that was a tough rebound, though, by Kaylin Mendoza. Kind of had to reach back like Odell Beckham to reel that in.
Ball trickles out of bounds. Madison Presley going to trigger the offense on this play. Ball in the hands of Caden Williams. Now to start Thomas Waddell. Madison Presley gets it back to Reagan Carey. Reset. 5:19 to go in the first quarter of tonight's contest. Reagan Carey goes right, kicks it to the corner. Madison Presley swings it back out to Reagan Carey. They reset the offense. Reagan almost loses it, and they're going to call an offensive foul underneath against Caden Williams, trying to battle for position underneath.
Right, and as we mentioned,
foul.
She had 10 points yesterday, so one player to really get involved early would be Caden Williams down low, but you just got to be a little more selective about how you fight for it.
All right, going to work now. Layla Menhusen going to throw it in. Coming up, Lexi Tucker. Across the timeline now. Going to hand the ball off to Tucker. Bowles now has it. Caden Williams now covering. It looks like a motion offense above the circle. There's a flash and a dive on each possession. Falcons are going to have to be key on watching backdoor movement going back to the rim. And know who's covering. I called it. That's what I said. Ava Gascon drives inside and makes another basket right now. The Falcons are going to have to identify Ava right now. She is the shot maker for the Wildcats right now.
Right, you definitely got to stay on alert. Whenever she has the ball, she seems to be a very capable scorer.
Okay, Mariah standing near half court. Hands off to Madison Presley. Presley hands off to Reagan Carey. Reagan looks for a screen, pulls up, elbow jump shot. Side rim's no good that time for her. Ball now controlled now by Bethel. Here comes Ava. Gascon drives in the lane, and they're going to call a jump ball situation because the ball was pinned. Very fortunate the officials got together and made that call. It could have gone against the Falcons there.
Right, absolutely so. But for Madison Presley, just finding any way to impact the play, making a play on the ball.
Courtney McCarroll now checks in the game for the Falcons as Reagan Carey takes his seat. Trying to throw it in, bounce pass, caught in the corner. Presley guarding. They're trying to swing it back out. Mariah gets her hand in the cookie jar, knocks the ball loose, but it leaves Ava wide open again for three. Shot no good. This time Madison Presley comes away with the rebound. Presley behind the back dribble, sets up the offense, kicks to the corner. Courtney McCarroll gets it down low to Star Thomas, who turns, bounces, drops the biscuit and the basket for two.
Right, Star Thomas Riddell, she only had 4 points last night, but this is nice getting her going in the middle of this first quarter.
And again, last night she was going as Ava Gascon drives inside. Shot is going to be a jump ball situation, and it will be this time. Or they're going to say this one's tied up. It's going to be Millwood ball this time.
Nice job making plays on the ball, not letting anything get by them. Lady Falcons definitely increased their awareness defensively here tonight.
So Madison Presley comes out, Mariah Gaston comes out. So now in the game we have Kalia Hines and Lauren Carey making her Preg debut tonight. So now going to work. Tries to get in inside to start Thomas Waddell's. Kind of a lob pass inside that was deflected away. Star Thomas was not able to catch it there. Caden Williams going to get charged with the turnover on that particular play. Swinging it back up top to Kinley Bowles. Falcons remain in man-to-man defense. Trying to work the ball back up top. Menhusen. And then Ava Gascon fires it again. and no one tracks down the missed three, and it trickles right back to Bethel. And this time it's going to be a jump ball situation. And this time it will remain with Bethel.
All right,
So
you got to hustle for those loose balls there. Caden Williams had a great opportunity near that free throw line to get the loose ball off the missed shot.
6-5 is the score right now. 2:35 to go. Back door. No one paid attention on that screen right at the free throw line as Layla Menhuzen rolled to the basket and scored. Put Bethel back up by one. Carrington threat wide open, and that shot's going to be blocked that time by Tucker. Lauren Carey loses the ball. It's going to be a turnover.
This Bethel zone's been very effective. They caused multiple turnovers, really deteriorating this Millwood team from getting any offensive flow.
Lauren Carey now guarding up top against number 21, Bailey Tucker. They're going to swing it back out to Ava Gascon. 7-6 is the score. They're up by one. Lauren Carey picks her up. Ava looking for space. Ava now switches. Courtney McCarroll now guarding. And then inside. What a tremendous block by Caden Williams. Put too much pepper on the pass. It goes out of bounds. But Caden Williams with a nice swat coming in through the lane. Deflecting the offensive player with the rejection and saying, not here tonight. Not that easy. So now going to work, substitution. As Menhuzen looks like she's coming out of the game right now. So looks like there is a issue with the scorer's table, and it looks like a technical foul will be issued. And it looks like the player's number was not right on the sheet that was turned in. So it looks like the officials are going to confer here at the scorer's table. Do you have any other idea, Jamin, of what might it be? Because I'm trying to see it here, what the actual situation here is. The officials are having a huddle right in front of the scorer's table here.
Right, I don't think they're really looking at anything that already occurred between the lines. Maybe just with the
Yeah, but see, everybody coming to the scorer's table with their books is what's drawing my attention.
Right, but I mean, we even had some minor adjustments to the lineup we had, so I could definitely see how there's some confusion with anything labeled on the roster.
So the officials are now conferring at the scorer's table now. And this is about Haley Henman on what that is. Now, Millwood right now Coach Jackson's coaching, and they're just trying to get an understanding. So they're going to the Millwood book now to confer what players they had on their book right now. And what that would lead to is a technical foul. We're talking about 2 free throws here, but that's a kind of a unique situation here because that will give the Falcons an opportunity to take the lead early in this game, and in a game that probably is going to be a close game the way it's shaping up right now. A couple of free throws in the first quarter won't make or break the game, but it's going to be a big issue perhaps.
Right, especially if you make them. If it's going to stay this close, that could definitely be the deal breaker.
Okay, so undoubtedly there is no technical foul. So that means that someone just recorded a player's name wrong in the book or a number wrong. So we're back to live action now. They're going to throw it in over the top. Turn and fire, and an easy basket as Layla Menhuzen rolls to the basket and scores.
Right, this Millwood defense really has to get their heads turned around quick and see any player slipping.
That's 4 points scored on inbound plays. Trying to get the ball inbounded on a double team. That was a tough one. Courtney McCarroll tried to throw it to a double team where Caden Williams was down low. Steal. Lauren Carey comes away with it. This time it's going to be a foul called. Team foul looks like number 3 this time. So Reagan Carey is going to return back to the game along with Madison Presley. And then Mariah Gaston comes in for Kalia Hines. So we are back to the original starting 5 on the floor right now. So Mariah comes across the timeline now. 9-5 is the score right now. Courtney McCarroll thought about the 3. Ball knocked loose. She tries to get through the double team, hits the deck. It's going to be a jump ball situation. And they're going to call a jump ball situation, and it looks like the ball will belong to the Falcons this time. 1:02 to go. So Courtney McCarroll comes out of the game. Kalia Hines returns. So now Madison Presley now has it. Presley has a point she only has from the free throw line thus far in the game. Scores 9-5, Bethel on top. Reagan Carey over to Madison Presley. Deep three-point. Shot it from on the wing. Shot no good that time. Rebound controlled by Bethel. Kalia Hines attacking in the backcourt. Kalia Hines trying to dig in.
Right, attached to the hip of Gascon.
And the ball deflected. What a play by Reagan Carey. Looking like a safety. And then a shot going up by Layla Menhusen, and she's fouled and will go back to the free throw line with 29.5. Great effort from both teams on the play. What I can tell you was Reagan Carey came through with a great block, but Bethel countered kept fighting and hustling for the extra possession. They found a way, threw the ball up, going back to the free throw line now, Jamin.
Right, and the hustle plays are making all the difference right now. Menhusen has got 4 points as the first free throw doesn't go, but that's a nice job. You want to maintain that same intensity on defense. That was a nice job by Reagan Carey, but collectively for Madison Presley, you want to see her to be able to recognize that quicker and get in transition.
All right. Shot is good. The second free throw is pure. Knocking down there, of course, by the Bethel Lady Wildcats. They're now up by 5. 23 seconds to go. Madison Presley over to Reagan Carey. Reagan Carey decides to go downhill. Finds a crease. Shot off the rim, no good. Mariah gets the rebound and loses it in the lane.
And it's
Reagan
all about
Carey
the effort.
somehow gets it back, and then Reagan Carey lunges forward, trying to get a shot up off the glass with 8.8 seconds. She's going to the free throw line.
Right, and it's good recognition. Anytime you can get to the free throw line is definitely a good sign here. Millwood just looking a little frantic with those couple turnovers, but you're able to recover and now hopefully walk away with some points.
So now Reagan Carey, who has not put any points on the board, see if she can get 2 of them here. In and out on that first free throw. So Lexi Tucker returns to the game. Comes in right now for Haley Hanman. 8.8 seconds to go. Both teams with 3 fouls apiece. Reagan Carey trying to crack the seal on the Falcons. They've kind of hit a wall here over the last 3.5 minutes of this quarter. Reagan Carey knocks that one down.
And gets the steal. But it looks like an offensive foul. She charged Gascon and is going right back the Wildcat way.
So at least it's knocked out of bounds because they didn't put a foul up on the board, so both teams still with 3 fouls apiece. Going to work now and looking like they're trying to get the ball. And it looks like another foul going to be called against the Falcons, this time Mariah Gaston. And now Coach Jackson pulling back the team here a little bit.
Right, we talked about it in pregame. The fouls were a problem because as long as they keep compiling, it could turn into a bonus situation, and then that's free points for Bethel.
All right, high dribble, and they're going to throw it up as time expires. Nice job by Kalia Hines harassing Ava Gascon. Gascon ends up in the first quarter with how many points?
She's got 3 right now, but the leading scorer is Menhusen with 5.
All right, so Menhusen getting the work done for the team as it stands right now. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Millwood Falcon Basketball, brought to you by attorney Jason Lowe of the Lowe Law Firm.
Hello, I am attorney Jason Lowe, the attorney that will fight for you. Give us a call at 405-232-8500 for a free initial consultation and flexible payment plans. And remember, I will fight for you.
Injuries don't wait. for business hours. Now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
General reaction of the first quarter of basketball we saw tonight.
General reaction is Bethel is a good, solid team. As we mentioned, they're on a winning streak right now, and they look very cohesive. But for Millwood, you just have to find your poise. They're making great defensive plays, and they look a little better offensively. It's just the fact of putting it all together so you can get a lead. So just enhance your communication on defense because they're generating turnovers.
All right, Bethel will get the ball to start the second quarter. The Falcons ended up shooting in the first quarter 2 of 7, 29%. Did not knock down they only shot one three-point shot, 0 for 1 from that standpoint overall. Falcons bring great ball pressure there, and then Manhusen drives to the lane this time. Shot no good. Caden Williams comes up with the rebound that time.
Right, nice defensive possession there, just denying Bethel in the paint.
All right, working the ball around. Shot. Madison Presley from the wing. Shot no good. Kalia Hine dives in. She can't get it to fall. Another offensive rebound for the Falcons. They couldn't score that, but again, hustling and relentless attacking of the rim will bode well for the team. But Caden Williams back to the free throw line tonight.
Right, Millwood already has more offensive rebounds early in the second quarter than they did all game yesterday, and that just creates more opportunities.
So Caden Williams at the free throw line, and I'm truly going to say the Falcons at the free throw line may prove to be one of the most important details about today's game. They missed the first one, get another opportunity. And speaking of free throws right now, the Falcons are 2 of 5 from that spot. Bethel in the game thus far has shot 4 of 13, 31%, 1 of 6, 17% for 3. But right now they have forced a lot of turnovers as Caden Williams and an offensive foul against Reagan Carey this time. A lot of off-ball fouls called early in this contest.
Right, everybody's trying to fight for good position to go get the basketball. It's been a lot of loose balls. In that situation, it's just a missed free throw and goes Bethel's way.
So now going to work, Reagan Carey in the backcourt, harassing Lexi Tucker. Ball knocked loose. Ball in the hands of Bethel right now. Falcons are relentless with full court pressure, but Bethel has a game plan for it. So now Kalia Hines comes out of the game, and Raquel Hunt comes in the game. So Lily Ingmeyer comes out of the game, and now you return and bring back Ava Gascon in the game to keep things moving. So Minhusen. Ball nearly knocked loose by Mariah Gaston. Pass over this time to Lexi Tucker. She up fakes, drives. Reagan Carey covering. Going to swing it back above. Now Caden Williams battling. And now foul called against Raquel Hunt with the hold called against Ava Gascon as she's trying to get free from the screen. Raquel Hunt trying to remain attached to the defender on that play, but that's what they're going to call right now. So that's team foul number 2 called against Millwood. None for Bethel at this time.
Right, definitely calling that hooking foul on Raquel Hunt, just trying to make sure Gascon doesn't get free. She's had a lot of shot opportunities, and she already knocked down a 3 early in that first quarter.
Kinley Bowles now. Ball stolen. Caden Williams comes away with it. Just takes it out of the hands that time of Kinley Bowles.
I mean, just right place at the right time. Her hand placement, she just passed it right into her hand, and she was going to the other way.
Well, I think in that case, Kinley was trying to do the old soccer term, the Meg, try to go right between her legs in that particular pass. And Caden Williams saw it, read it, took it away. All right, Madison Presley now has it back up top in the hands of Lauren Carey, who's in the game. And now they're going to call an offensive foul. Lauren Carey stuck her leg out this time.
All right, tough start here for Lauren Carey. Hadn't really scored yet, but defensively we know what she can do. We just got to.
So Lauren Carey in the game now getting called with the foul. Her first foul of the game, team foul number 3. 2 team fouls against Bethel, and we're not even really 2 minutes into as Mariah Gaston comes away with a clean steal. Mariah presses it, drives inside, she gets the steal and the deal.
And that's very characteristic for Mariah Gaston, getting steals and scoring in transition. It's nice to see her scoring now where she couldn't yesterday.
Now Mariah Gaston is low to the ground, and if you bring that ball in front of her, she's got quick feet. And now that time Raquel Hunt nearly knocks the ball in the hand of Ava Gascon's hand. Now Ava can't handle it, and that time Raquel Hunt, ball knocked loose, goes into the backcourt. It's deflected, but it will remain Wildcat ball. Driving inside, shot off the glass and score it. What a job by Bailey Tucker.
Right, one thing to note, you didn't really see it, but Mariah Gaston got tied up there by Gascon, just kind of tied her up with her legs, and the referee really didn't see it. It was right in front of him.
12-8, ball in the hands of Mariah. Mariah throws it to the corner. Raquel Hunt thought about the three, swings it over to Madison Presley. Presley over to Mariah. Mariah on the right wing. Over to Raquel Hunt. Raquel into the lane, tries to get it down low to Caden Williams, and it's going to be a jump ball situation, and it will remain Falcon basketball.
It's just been really tough for Millwood to work that ball inside. Bethel's been staying in that 2-3 zone, really cutting off a lot of those passing lanes.
So Ava Gascon comes out of the game, and now Reagan Carey returns to the game for Raquel Hunt. Going to work right now. Ball in the hands. Reagan Carey throws it over the top to Madison Presley. Presley in the lane, pulls up, the midi. Shot no good that time. Rebound by Bailey Tucker.
Right, I mean, it's a good shot. Working it inside, stop and pop. Just couldn't fall for the freshman.
Ball back in the hands of Haley Hanman, driving on Mariah Gaston. And she's going to get fouled on the floor. That's team foul number 4 against the Falcons. So against Mariah Gaston, team foul number 4. So a timeout Millwood. Coach Jackson's going to ask for time. So it looks like it is a 30-second timeout. We're going to stay right here. If you're in a situation and need someone on your side, call attorney Jason Lowe. Get the legal help you deserve with a free initial consultation. Call the Lowe Law Firm, 405-232-8500. That's 405-232-8500. Attorney Jason Lowe, we will fight for you. Maurice Prince and Jamin Dawson on the call this evening. In the second frame right now, both teams have only really scored a basket. Not too much movement on the points. The Falcons still are playing an aggressive style of defense, but they've got to be smart. Bethel is an incredibly crafty, gritty, and a smart team. They know situational ball very well.
Very situational. They've taken a lot of advantages on Millwood being out of position defensively, and that's really led to the 4-point lead they have right now.
Minhusen turns and gets it inside and scores again.
That's just a tough bucket, defying the odds there in the air. Physical Kobe-esque shot right there.
And the ball goes out of bounds that time. Will be Falcon basketball. But again, that is the third time that basically Bethel has scored on an inbound play. Star Thomas Raudels comes back to the game. And she comes in to give Madison Presley, who has 1 point and 3 rebounds in the game. Gonna throw it in to Mariah Gaston. Mariah looking to try and get the ball inside to Star Thomas Raudels, who turns inside, kiss off the glass shot, no good. Caden Williams gets the rebound, and unfortunately she falls or steps on a Bethel defender. Bailey Tucker was underneath the goal. Caden Williams is gonna be okay, but they're gonna end up calling the foul on Bailey Tucker.
Right, she came in soaring Caden Williams on the rebound, but referees really got a tough job here with some of this fancy footwork. Could really be tying up some of these Falcons.
All right, so now Star Thomas flashing. Falcons looking, she's got to get it inside. And now Caden Williams is being held. Caden Williams was trying to flash, but the officials caught it that time. Looks like that foul's going to be against Minhusen that time. She held Caden Williams, who was boxing her out, trying to get, the Falcons were trying to execute their own version of an easy scoring inbound play. So now that is the 4th team foul called against the Wildcats. So that is Minhusen's 2nd foul. So now Lauren Carey's going to throw it in. The official's asking her to make sure she tucks her jersey in. So now going to work. They got to flash. She's got to move. Running out of time. Going to throw it on top. Mariah Gaston has it. Mariah gets it over to Lauren Carey in the lane. Gets it to Star Thomas Raudels, whose shot is blocked. But Mariah Gaston gets it. Nice block on the play.
All right, that block was by Lexi Tucker. And Lexi Tucker still manning down that post, deterring Gaston from that last shot.
So it's a foul on the play, so that should be free throws coming now. Foul's going to be against number 21, Bailey Tucker. Her 3rd foul. But nice job by star Thomas Waddell. Keeps fighting underneath the goal. 14-8, the Falcons need points.
Right, you want to keep working it inside, but just got to find your poise a little bit. But when you got two Wildcats right in front of you off your first move, that's just going to be a tough shot to knock down.
Star Thomas misses the first free throw right there. And now you're talking about Kalia Hines comes in the game for Mariah Gaston right now. So here's a little nifty nugget for you. Bethel and Millwood are 1-1, and their recent history, they both met twice in the 2023-24 season. Trapped in the corner, ball knocked loose. Star Thomas Waddell comes away with the steal. Lauren Carey dives to the basket, high off the rim, shot no good. Caden Williams gets the rebound and scores.
Nice job by Millwood finding that poise. They trapped early in the corner with that turnover. That was a great job by Star Thomas Waddell moving the basketball.
14-10, the Falcons are trying to battle their way back. Working the ball around. Ball up top. Lauren Carey now guarding Handman right there, and that this time Lauren Carey's going to get called. Looks like the foul's going to be called. Offensive foul's going to be called against Ava Gascon that time.
Right, you can only get away with some of this so much. Bethel gets called with 2 quick fouls in these last couple possessions.
Star Thomas Waddell comes out of the game. Raquel Hunt comes back in. And what an impact Star Thomas had on the rebounding side.
And a tough left-hand layup to finish it off by Caden Williams.
Now, Lauren Carey is gripping her side. We'll have to see if she's all right now. She's gripping her side right up under her right arm. 3:54 to go. Kalia Hines now coming up the floor. 3:50 to go. Hines across the timeline. Gets it over to Raquel Hunt. At the top of the circle is Reagan Carey. Gets it inside to Caden Williams. One bounce to the basket. She turns and fires, and the shot's going to be blocked that time. Looks like blocked by Lexi Tucker on the play.
Right, Tucker's got a couple here so far. She's doing a nice job anchoring that Wildcat defense, and that looks like it's a turnover.
So when it's all said and done right now, Madison Presley comes in, Raquel Hunt comes out. Raquel Hunt's speed is what she's using. Now Madison Presley's in the game. The Falcons could use the freshman, get a couple of baskets. Driving inside, Kalia Hines swings it back out to Madison Presley. Presley stepping back, swings it over. Over to Reagan Carey. Carey, cross court over to Lauren Carey. Lauren Carey thought about the three, drives inside, kiss off the glass, and they're going to call an offensive foul against Lauren Carey. Coach Jackson and her staff cannot believe it.
Yeah, we were waiting on that whistle there. It looked like a clean go. Defender going straight up, but couldn't quite see if their feet were set, but the referees are sure in their way.
So Madison Presley comes out of the game, and now they're going with Raquel Hunt back in. Kind of an offensive-defensive substitution. 3:04 to go. It's a 4-point game.
Right, but when you want to deploy this pressure right here, it's great to have players like Raquel Hunt and Kalia Hines on the court at the same time.
2 Bulldogs on defense that can disrupt any offensive continuity. They're in the way. Behind the back dribble by Ava Gascon. She can't get the shot to fall. Then on the rebound up tipped. They get the rebound, but then it's controlled on that by Reagan Carey. Reagan in the lane, dives, almost loses it. And they're going to call traveling as Reagan Carey lost her balance.
Right, they were trying to get into action quick. Caden Williams led the break, and soon she crossed the timeline, dished it over to Reagan Carey, charging into the paint. Just couldn't find her footing.
Reagan Carey with 2 fouls. So Madison Presley comes in for her. 2:41 to go before the end of the first half. So substitutions as Ava Gascon comes out of the game. And now they bring back number 25, Haley Handman, in to go along with Kinley Bowles, Layla Menhusen on the floor right now. Okay, going to work right now. Trap right there at half court, and the ball goes out of bounds. Half court trap effective. The Falcons forced that one.
Beautiful job there, gelling. By the time they got around the half court line, 3 Falcons surrounding her. That's an easy generated turnover.
So Raquel Hunt comes out. Mariah Gaston comes back in the game. Falcons holding serve right now. Both teams have scored only 4 points each in this quarter. Much more of a strong defensive mentality. Falcons are locking down, backing it up. Madison Presley standing on the logo, 2:23 to go. Ball in the hands now of, back to the hands of Mariah Gaston. She gets it back up top to Kalia Hines, who dives, kicks. Caden Williams with the short corner jump shot. She can't get it to fall. And then looks like we are going to have contact underneath. Looks like they're going to catch. So it's going to be against Madison Presley. So that's on the offensive rebound. So Madison Presley just picked up her first foul of the night, or her second foul of the night. Let me correct that. So it looks like that is a defensive rebound, so it will be a foul. So Minhusen going to the free throw line, Layla Minhusen, to add on to how many points Minhusen has been able to score.
She's got a team-leading total of 7 points on the night so far.
Kalia Hines, Lauren Carey, Mariah Gaston, Caden Williams, and Madison Presley on the floor right now. Minhusen knocks down the free throw. Presley out, Raquel Hunt in. Lead back up to 5, 2:06 to go. Trying to extend it to the biggest lead of the night. 6 points, and they do that. So 16 to 10, 2:06 to go. So now going to work. So Presley wanted to get back in the game, or Coach Jackson wanted to make the substitution. She was held at the scorer's table. So now Mariah Gaston coming across the timeline. Falcons going to swing it over to Kalia Hines on the right wing. Kalia is going to get bumped right there with a foul called against number 5, Kinley Bowles. So that foul is going to put Kalia Hines on the free throw line, and that's what the Falcons need, opportunities at the free throw line. On the free throws tonight, Falcons 2 of 6 so far, 33%. Bethel 3 of 4, 75%.
Right, and first time at the stripe for Kalia Hines, she might be able to boost her team's percentage here.
So Kalia Hines knocks down the first one. A much needed free throw, 16 to 11 now. Gascon returns for Bethel as Kalia Hines knocks down 2. 16 to 12, the lead back to 4. Falcons once again unleashing the full court pressure. Minhusen throws it up. Ball in the hands now of Ingmeyer. Now ball back in the hands of Lexi Tucker. Caden Williams stepping out on her. Caden Williams. Hand off to Minhusen. Falcons switch.
Caden Williams doing a nice job switching there at the top of the defense.
And staying with it. Ball knocked out of the hands as Raquel Hunt knocked the ball out of Ava Gascon's hands. So Bethel to throw it in. Minhusen's going to throw it in. Watching the flare screen, ball thrown out. Mariah Gaston reads it well, like a free safety. Dives to the basket, gets the steal and the deal.
Right, she's following Gascon to her side of the court, but the inbounder not seeing the low center of gravity that Gaston provides, and that's just another steal.
16 to 4, steal on the inbound play. Lauren Carey comes away with it. Kicks it over, Mariah Gaston for 3. Can't dial up the triple. Raquel Hunt has it, and they're going to call a traveling call against Raquel Hunt on the rebound.
Yeah, just a tough call there on the travel. Millwood actually finding some flow defensively, potentially stacking up 2 back-to-back turnovers.
So now, going to inbound it, 1:02 to go. Trying to set things up, bounce pass inside, and this time they're going to catch Raquel Hunt bumping Ava Gascon. She's going to go to the free throw line. Raquel Hunt picks up her first free throw. And the Falcons got it down to within one, they have it down within 1 possession right now. It's the closest it's been since the opening minutes of the game.
Right, now the fouls are starting to stack up, and one of the best players defensively, maybe not by numbers, but by effort for sure. You don't want to see her in foul trouble in the first half.
So Raquel Hunt looks like she's going to check out of the game as Ava Gascon knocks down the free throw. Lead back up to 3, 1:01 to go. So Minhusen takes a breather here with the final 1 minute to go. Ava now sitting up with 4 points on the night. She knocks down another one. She's got 5. 18-14 is the score. Madison Presley is in the game now, along with Mariah Gascon, Lauren Carey, Caden Williams, and Kalia Hines. And Mariah goes to the lane with the Euro step, and there's going to call a jump ball situation, and it will be Bethel ball.
Right, a lot of these calls here going Bethel's way. Just as Millwood started to chop at that lead, now a 2-possession game.
Lead back up to 4 right now. Minhusen returns as Hanman comes out. And Mariah is very quick with her feet, but when she goes amongst the trees, every once in a while, the tree will acknowledge that I'm still taller than you.
Right, and that's just inevitable, but you got to admire the size of the fighting the dog.
So now looking it over, Coach Jackson talking things over. And now they're going over with the scorebook right now as both teams are trying to make sure everybody's on the same page. So 18-14 is the score. We're going to get things back going again. Now, Kinley Bowles to inbound it back to live action. Ball in the hands right now of Lexi Tucker. Mariah guarding her. Behind the back dribble. Trapped in the backcourt. Minhusen bails her out. Lauren Carey covering. Ball inside, and they're going to call a jump ball situation, and it will be Falcon basketball. Minhusen brought it between 2 Falcon players, and smartly, you're talking about Lauren Carey and Madison Presley did a great job of both pinning the ball, not pinning the player.
Right, beautiful collaboration there. You like to see it come together and hopefully able to make this a 1-possession game going into the locker room.
Okay, Mariah comes across the timeline now, over to Kalia Hines. Up top to Lauren Carey, who hands off to Mariah Gaston. Kicks to the corner. Madison Presley from the corner. Side rim shot, no good. Mariah Gaston gets the rebound, kicks it over. Short corner jump shot by Caden Williams, too strong. Lauren Carey tries to track it down, and she has it. Back over, and Madison Presley has the ball knocked out of her hands with 6.8 seconds to go.
Multiple offensive rebounds in that possession, something you love to see. The grind cannot stop here for Millwood. You've done an exceptional job letting more time run off the clock, trying to score going into half.
Ball in the hands with 1 second to go. Mariah Gaston shot. Careens off the rim and is no good. And that is the end of the first half.
Lexi Tucker's on the ground. Hopefully she's all right.
All right, that is the end of the first half with a 4-point game. Bethel on top. We'll talk more about this lead on the other side of it as we are at halftime. Today's game is being sponsored by SSM Health, First Security Bank, OCCC, Love Student of the Month, Bank First, and Super Prep. We're going to take a 5-minute break. You are listening to Millwood Playoff Basketball, brought to you by attorney Jason Lowe of the Lowe Law Firm. He will fight for you. We'll be right back in 5 minutes.
Hello, I am attorney Jason Lowe, the attorney that will fight for you. Give us a call at 405-232-8500 for a free initial consultation and flexible payment plans. And remember, I will fight for you.
Hey sports fans, get ready to step into the world of championships with Super Prep Live, hosted by Miles Perry, only on OKC Sports Radio 105.3 FM. Dive deep into the lives of high school and college athletes with exclusive interviews and insight that reveals what makes them great. Follow Super Prep across all social miss a moment. It's Super Prep Live with Miles Perry. Tune in, get inspired, and stay connected. Visit OKCSportsRadio.com.
Oklahoma City, it's me, Miles Perry, and save the date March 28th. Yes, I said March 28th. And the reason why is because it's Super Prep and OKC Sports Radio 105.3 Showcase. Any current high school athlete can attend the showcase, so can unsigned seniors and JUCO products. The event will be ran by local high school coaches and professional skills trainers. It'll be held at OAC, Oklahoma Athletic Center here in Oklahoma City. You guys can watch and listen to the event at PPBC TV and OKC Sports Radio 105.3. That is PPBC TV and OKC Sports Radio 105.3. You guys, register today. There's limited spots available. College coaches will be there, but like I said, there's limited spots available. So the link and the QR code will present here in just a little bit, but make sure you guys register today. It's the biggest event in Oklahoma. Peace.
Cross, spin, I on this ground. Others talk when the lights come down. This our house. This our house. Layup lines, sweat on the floor, whole gym shaking. We want more. New tape on my wrist, old scars on my knees. Coach yelling my name, heart stuck in my teeth. Warm up jacket off, whole bench getting loud. Student section wild, I'm locked, not the crowd. High school hoops, this our house. 14 banners, one more now. Third row French scream so loud. This my court, this my crowd. Baseline drive, don't back down. Cross, spin, I on this ground. Buzzers talk when the lights come down. This our house. This our house. Chalk, dust on my hands. Numbers on the board. JV in the stands. Dreaming about the floor. Trash talk in my ear. Scoreboard on my side. You can have the talk, I'm taking the time. High school hoops, this our house. 14 banners, one more now. Third row French scream so loud. This my court, this my crowd. Baseline drive, don't back down. Cross, spin, I on this ground. Buzzers talk when the lights come down.
Girl, and that's
be the first to put your boots in it. Turn the new home of Red Dirt Rodeo. All taking place Saturday, May 2nd. The all-new OG&E Coliseum at the Oklahoma State Fairground, Oklahoma City. Get your tickets now at the OG&E Coliseum. Hopkins Hair Care, True Beauty Supply, Alchemy Meat, Bono Superior Blend, Power 103.5, and OKC Heart and Soul, 92.1 and 1140 Studio, or online at OKStateFair.com. That's OKStateFair.com. With tickets starting at just $10, not including service charges. It's the 26th annual Red Dirt Rodeo. Red Dirt Rodeo. Inside the all-new OG&E Coliseum. Also brought to you by 100% Bell Bond, Metro Tech, another Janelle Tipton Rodeo production, Oklahoma Law Cowboy, in Peace City, Oklahoma. Red Dirt Rodeo, OG&E Coliseum, Saturday, May 2nd. Don't miss it.
See you do the rodeo.
Welcome back to the Jason Lowe, Low Law Firm halftime report. Your situation and someone on your side, Attorney Jason Lowe will get you the legal help you may need. You can get a free consultation. Call the Low Law Firm, 405-232-8500. That's 405-232-8500. Attorney Jason Lowe, he will fight for you. Interesting first half. The first quarter, Bethel outscored Millwood in the first quarter 10-6. But in the second quarter, deadlocked. 8 points each scored by each team. And so we've got a 4-point game going into the second half of this one. Jamin, what stood out to you overall in the first half of this game?
I think Bethel took advantage of about every opportunity they could. They're shooting it pretty well at the free throw line with 83% and 45% with the twos. So they exploited a lot, but Millwood's really picked up their defensive intensity. They forced some turnovers in the second quarter, and they've really just evened it up. So if they can find some flow offensively, I don't think they're certainly settling for outside shots, but if they can get some of those to fall, they'd be in real good shape.
This game is going to come down to really key free throws and key baskets and key moments. Here's my point. Bethel has shot 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 83%. 6 of 17 from the floor, 35%. 1 of 6 from three-point range, 17%. But those rebounds and turnovers is what Jamin said. Bethel had 7 first-half turnovers. From the Falcon perspective, the Falcons had 9 first-half turnovers. They shot 4 of 8 from the free throw line, 50%. 5 of 20 shooting from the floor, 25%, 0 of 3. The Falcons have not knocked down a three-point shot in this game. But what should be the biggest concern right now should be those turnovers right there, and then the fact that when it comes to the rebounds right now, the Falcons are winning, but that free throw, the 4 of 8, if you knock down 2 more free throws, we're not saying that the game is tied, but you're at least a step closer. You want to try and knock it down as many of those as you can. The high flyer for the Falcons in the first half, Mariah Gaston, with 6 points overall to go along with 2 rebounds and 3 steals. She's just been electric on the floor tonight. Star Thomas Raudells with 2 points and a rebound overall in the game. Lauren Carey has not scored, but she does have a rebound and 2 steals in the game. So she's doing what she normally does. Madison Presley off to a second game of another slow start. 1 point, 1 rebound, 3 rebounds in the game to go with how things are going right now. Kaden Williams, 2 points, 3 rebounds right now, 1 block in the game so far. And then you've got Reagan Carey, 1 point, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. She picked up those 2 fouls, and Coach Jackson really elected to keep her off the game, out of the game in the final few minutes of the game, really to preserve that. So in the second half, what adjustments do the Falcons need to make?
Just continue to keep playing team defense there and just finding more inside shots because your bigs are doing decent so far. I think they could just use some more shots with Kaden Williams and Star Thomas Raudells.
Now, when I was talking about these teams early on when it came to this game, I said some things are kind of crazy going on. Let's see if they come back with Star Thomas Raudells in the starting lineup to start the second half. I said these teams met twice in 2024. So in the first meeting at regionals, Millwood led 32-20 at the end of the first half. Bethel made a run in the third, cutting it to a 6-point lead. Millwood responded and pulled away in the fourth, winning 67-56 in that game. But 7 days later, Jamin, in 2024, these teams would meet again in the area tournament in Seminole. Millwood led 40-29 at the end of the first half. The Wildcats made a run, erasing the 11-point advantage that the Falcons had, cutting it down to a 1-point game going into the fourth. Bethel took the lead, and then Millwood fought back and tied the game at the end of regulation. We were tied at 68. Then in overtime, foul trouble finally caught up with Millwood, and Bethel took full advantage, outscoring Millwood 11-6. And Bethel won 79-74 in overtime.
Right, and you look at the free throw numbers from then and even now, you've got to limit their trips to the free throw line because they've been successful, only missing 1.
This is a tremendous matchup. Those 2 games was really, by combined score, 11 points. What do we have here? 4 points. I think both teams are going to find and struggle a little bit to get a big-time lead. I think both these teams are resilient. I think they're both well coached. I think this is just incredible basketball we're going to see in the second half of this one.
Right, when you're in this position, the basketball and the stakes are only going to heighten, and the skill as well.
The team that makes the most timely shots and plays smart ball will really have the biggest factor here. Lauren Carey almost gets it away. Ball back in the hands now of Lexi Tucker. She drives and dives in sky. Star Thomas Raudells did a great job of altering the shot there with a block, but that missed shot fell in the hands of, I think I want to say Lexi Tucker, and then she scored the ball. So it's now 20-14, a 6-point advantage now for Bethel. Inside the lane, ball knocked out of bounds as Madison Presley wanted to throw the lob to a rolling Kaden Williams, but Kinley Bowles did a great job of putting herself in the middle of that passing lane. So now Reagan Carey going to throw it in. Gets it inside. Easy pass to Madison Presley. How did she get that shot to get off there?
Nice scoop and score with the left-hand layup. Not stopping upon the contact, but just finding a way to contour around it.
Hopefully that'll get Madison Presley because she can score points in bunches. She's just got to find a way to light that fuse. Going to work right now. Ball in the hands of Mariah Gaston covering Bailey Tucker. Inside Ava Gascon, and she's going to take an extra step. Shuffled her feet driving into the lane for a turnover there.
Right, created a disadvantage there. Gascon slipping off of the side of Reagan Carey, but too many steps grants another turnover, and the ball goes Millwood's way.
All right, ball in the hands right now of Mariah Gascon, getting across the timeline right now. Falcons setting up. Looks like we're going to go a little high-low. Elbow jump shot by Mariah Gaston. She just walks in and knocks that one down.
Right.
2-point game.
Nice tactic there, bringing the two bigs up. They were prepared for a screen, but as soon as Mariah Gaston said go, she found a spot around that elbow.
Madison Presley covering. They're going to swing it back in the hands now of Minhusen. Now Lexi Tucker fires a three from the left wing. Shot no good that time for her. Rebound pulled down by Mariah Gaston. She's got a Falcon high 8 points. Ava knocks the ball out of bounds, and it still will be Falcon basketball. Falcons got to watch it. The Wildcats are very pesky.
Right, you got to tighten it up, and here what we've seen tonight, Bethel really never gets too loose.
Star Thomas Raudels comes out. Raquel Hunt comes in. So the Falcons, again, are going to set up high. Swing it to the corner. Madison Presley. Sidestep. Three-point shot, no good. Caden Williams battling. Ends up with the rebound. Caden Williams turns in the lane, fires, scores with the left hand, and we're tied up at 20.
Right, you love the confidence. Millwood's getting to it, and they're getting to it quick. Finding ways to crack that zone, but that was just a tough rebound and score by Williams.
All right. Driving around Bowles. Trying to find it, hands the ball off to Tucker. Tucker being chased down by Caden Williams, and now Reagan Carey is going to get her hand in the cookie jar, going to get called with the foul.
Right, Reagan Carey trying to tie it up quick. Stacking up those fouls, and looks like we might have a substitution.
So Reagan Carey picks up foul number 3, so now Kalia Hines returns to the game right now. Falcons do not cover as Menhusen dives down. That's the 5th time an inbound play, easy score for the Bethel Wildcats on the inbounds play.
Right, Kalia Hines usually doing a good job staying in front, but Menhusen does a great job there. She's got 4, the only 4 from Bethel in this half.
Mariah Gaston went to the lane, wanted Caden Williams to roll to the basket with her. That time Bethel clogged it up, ball knocked out of bounds. 5:15 to go. Raquel Hunt going to throw it in. Bethel up by 2, 22-20. Ball in the hands of Madison Presley. She's going to get fouled immediately on catching the ball by Bailey Tucker.
Yeah, and
So Tucker just picked up foul number 4.
Checked out of the game. She's been very physical. She got a little chip on Caden Williams before she stepped up as the on-ball defender.
Haley Hanman comes back in the game, and now Lauren Carey's coming in the game for Kalia Hines. See if Lauren Carey can be an X factor tonight. 5:13 to go. And ball thrown away by Mariah Gaston. She drove down too deep. Turnover. Bethel ball. Ball thrown over the top. Menhusen now has it. Falcons trying to attack in the backcourt. Ties the timeline, goes Bowles. Gonna throw it ahead. And Ava beats the press. Menhusen inside and scores. And a nice dive to the basket.
All right, Raquel Hunt just a little overzealous right there, and then she just went full speed ahead. You get numbers like that, they take advantage.
24-20. Mariah resets the offense there. Ball back in the hands. Madison Presley. 4:33 to go in the third. Both teams with 1 foul apiece. Ball deflected. Caden Williams has to come out and collect the ball to make sure Falcons maintain possession. Madison Presley looking for daylight. Gets it over to Mariah Gaston, hands off at the top of the circle. From the right wing, Gaston in the lane, over to Caden Williams. Caden Williams dives to the basket inside, turns, fires, shot off the glass, no good. Bethel retrieves the miss.
All right, and got 4-on-4 starting this possession here is Caden Williams and Kinley Bow slow to get up.
And then Ava Gascon finds the streak and shoots over the top on Mariah Gaston.
That's the
and
second
the lead
three.
is up to 7, which is the biggest lead of the night for the Bethel Lady Wildcats.
All right, you got 4
So the
big
Falcons
points
are going to
from-
take a full timeout, which means we will take one here as well. You're listening to Millwood Basketball, brought to you by attorney Jason Lowe of the Lowe Law Firm. He will fight for you.
An experienced attorney that will fight for you. Call.
Hello, I am attorney Jason Lowe, the attorney that will fight for you. Give us a call at 405-232-8500 for a free initial consultation and flexible payment plans. And remember, I will fight for you.
Today's area consolation championship game. The winner punching their ticket to the state championship game. The loser, their season will come to an end. Falcons down 7 right now as Bethel has gone on a run, outscoring the Falcons 9-6 in the third. They're going to have to make some adjustments here, Jamin. And the most important thing is the Falcons have got to be smart when they are, of course, watching Bethel. They're finding easy ways. If you go under the screen or give too much airspace, they shoot over the top. It's recognizing basketball situations, and you can tell the experience of Bethel is truly having an impact on the game.
Right, they're well coached. They play good fundamental basketball, and it's just starting to come up big now with them taking the biggest lead of the game so far.
Madison Presley drives in the lane through contact. Score it for Madison Presley, who drove it right down Bluebell Drive. And you're going to say, what are you talking about? That's the street right next to Preg High School. It's called Bluebell.
Good old country town. You can't be too surprised, but Madison Presley finally finding life here in the second half. 2 tough buckets here in the first half of this third quarter.
Now, can she cash in on the extra value meal? She's got fries and the burger. Can she get the drink? She does. 27-23. Falcons cut the lead back down to 4 following the 3-point play. Madison Presley normally averages about 15 points a game. Can they get that out of her, as Lauren Carey was walking her down in terms of Ava Gascon? So she's going to get called for the foul, team foul number 3 against her. Second team foul in the second half here, in the third quarter here. Substitution as Lexi Tucker comes to the game. Checking out of the game will be Lily Ingmeyer. So now going to throw it in, Ava Gascon.
Right, and that motion offense just causes some problems there in transition. Coach Jackson is telling
And
Mariah
on
Gaston
the
to stay
inbound
with her.
play again, driving to the basket, Lexi Tucker is not going to go back to the free throw line as they get the foul called against Madison Presley, team foul number 3. So now going to the free throw line will be Lexi Tucker. Lexi Tucker has not scored tonight. See if she'll get on the scoreboard right now. And she does. Lead back up to 5.
Right, hasn't done a lot of scoring, but Lexi Tucker has done a lot of the dirty work defensively and anchoring this Wildcat defense.
Courtney McCarroll comes back in the game. You got to really, cheer for Courtney McCarroll. She's been playing injured for the last 3-4 weeks. She is definitely not 100%. She took a nasty spill last night, had to leave the game, but came back in, showing the heart of a champion. And to be herself. Madison Presley, live ball turnover, drove into a difficult spot there. And they're going to turn the ball over, going the other direction now. But the Falcons find themselves down by 6, 3:13 to go in the third. Falcons need a basket.
Right. We talked about it at halftime. Timely buckets here. This would be a great job finding one here.
Madison Presley swings it over to Caden Williams. Back up top to Courtney McCarroll, over to Madison Presley. Presley over to Reagan Carey. Reagan Carey dives to the basket. He's going to get fouled diving in, and Minhusen going to be called for the foul. Team foul number 4 called against Bethel right now. So now Reagan Carey going to the free throw line right now.
Minhusen picking up 2 quick ones here. Like you said, the Falcons down 6. You got to find a way to chop wood.
That is her 3rd foul. So Reagan Carey, steady dribble, fires, knocks it down. Reagan Carey trying to make some noise at the free throw line. She now has 2 points in the game. Steady dribble by Reagan. And then lets it fire. She misses it. Scramble for it. It's going to be a jump ball situation. And it looks like it will be Falcon basketball. Good job by Courtney McCarroll, who dove down to contest that ball. So now screen, looking. Reagan Carey's got to get it in, throws it back up top. Courtney McCarroll now has it. McCarroll wants to go downhill. Tries to go with the left hand and scored the ball for Courtney McCarroll. Going left to the basket.
Tough job staying composed there by Courtney McCarroll. We talked about how many falls she's had and playing through the injuries. Does a nice job composing herself, walking her right down in the paint.
Cuts the lead down to 3, 2:44 to go. Courtney McCarroll at the free throw line. Gets that, and she completes the extra value meal and the 3-point play. That's fries, burger, and the drink.
We need the whole thing, Mo.
Going across the timeline now goes Lexi Tucker. Tucker being guarded by Caden Williams. Backs it out, 2.5 to go. Mariah Gaston trying to stay in the hip pocket of Ava Gascon near half court. Ava's going right near the wing. Trying to throw it in. And they're going to call a timeout. Or they're going to step on the end line. It's going to be Falcon basketball.
Well, would have been a timely timeout because the Bethel Wildcats really in trouble there, but it's a nice job turning up the ante here, the Millwood defense.
Falcons have responded with 4 points of their own. Madison Presley setting up. Hand off to Mariah Gaston, who gets it back to Courtney McCarroll. Courtney McCarroll with 3 in the game. Dives it down. Wide open. Beautiful pass to Caden Williams on a little give and go action.
Yeah, nice execution there on that play. All 5 doing their jobs.
And looks like they're going to call a foul here. And it looks like it's going to be against Madison Presley. And if it is, she just picked up number 4, team foul number 4. Game all tied up at 29 right now. Madison Presley asking a question.
Yep, dangerous spot for her.
But nonetheless, you're sending Ava Gascon to the free throw line right now.
And keeping her in the game, definitely want to keep an eye out on that. She's had a big second half.
And she knocks that one down. What is Ava sitting on now?
Ava's got 11.
So she's got 11 points on the night. So Ingmeyer comes in, and now you've got Minhusen taking a short breather with 1:54 to go. Ava looking for her 12th point, and she knocks that one down. 31-29, 1:54 to go. Madison Presley still remaining on the floor right now. She's got to play smart ball, 1:48 to go. Going to hand the ball off to Mariah Gaston on the left wing, who hands off to Courtney McCarroll. The weave above the perimeter. And then now an offensive foul, or I'm sorry, a defensive foul is going to be called against Ava Gascon. That's number 3 for her. But that's the 5th team foul. So Reagan Carey back to the free throw line. Can the Falcons make these free throws in these crucial moments in the game? Reagan Carey misses that first one. 31-29. Reagan Carey. Squares up. Shot is up. She knocks that one down. She takes her time and knocks that one down. It's a 1-point game. 1:39 to go in the third. Bethel still leading by 1. Mariah covering. Ava Gascon. Minhusen coming to the scorer's table, ready to check back in. Caden Williams, double team, and stepping in. And she's going to step on the end line. Turnover. So 31-30, 1:22 to go. Substitution. Minhusen finally checks back into the game, and Ava Gascon comes out.
As fundamental as Bethel's been playing, just a few uncharacteristic turnovers, 2 of them just stepping out of bounds.
Across the timeline now. As Mariah Gascon has it. Swings it over to Courtney McCarroll on the right wing. Back up top to Reagan Carey. Standing at the top of the key. Courtney McCarroll dives it in. Caden Williams again. A little shake and roll. Screen and roll play going down between Caden Williams and Courtney McCarroll. It's worked twice, Jamin.
Exceptional vision there by Courtney McCarroll, but even a better job staying in position by Caden Williams.
And the Falcons have taken the lead by 1 with 45 seconds to go. And then Courtney McCarroll dives in, steals the ball. What an impact! Here comes Mariah Gaston going to the basket, and she scores for the Falcons!
Starting to find some momentum, but like we mentioned, the defense is going to have to turn into offense, and the philosophy's finally turning true for Millwood.
34-31, ball in the hands now of Hanman, who gets it back up top, reset by Lexi Tucker, who fires it in the hands of Minhusen. Minhusen back to Tucker. Over to Hanman. Ball on the left wing now with 11 seconds to go. Courtney McCarroll. Ball thrown high. Tucker thought about the three, a deep three-point shot, and she nails it. And with 2 seconds to go, Reagan Carey fires it as time expires, but the game is all tied up at 34 going to the fourth quarter. An unbelievable shot by Lexi Tucker, at least 28 feet on that three-point shot. Going into the fourth quarter, all tied up at 34. We'll be back in just a moment. You're listening to Millwood Basketball, brought to you by Attorney Jason Lowe of the Lowe Law Firm.
Hello,
Do you want
I
an
am
experienced attorney that will fight?
the attorney that will fight for you. Give us a call at 405-232-8500 for a free initial consultation and flexible payment plans. And remember, I will fight for you.
Welcome back to Bragg High School, home of the Red Devils, but it is also the home tonight of the area consolation championship game. We just saw an incredible last minute or 90 seconds of the third quarter. The Falcons outscored Bethel 20-16 in the quarter, but the Falcons managed to climb the mountain. Bethel had been able to hold the Falcons down, but the Falcons finally took the lead off of Courtney McCarroll's fire. Mariah Gaston comes up, and the Falcons are up 3. You're feeling pretty good. And then all of a sudden, scramble drill on the other end of the floor. The ball ends up in hands, and it rolls back to Lexi Tucker, and she's wide open. And you're like, you couldn't believe she launched it, but she nailed it, Jamin.
Right, she took some of the air out of the building with that big shot. She's got 5, but that's the action that you want to see. These parents are definitely getting their $10 worth, and we got a tie ball game going into the fourth quarter.
All right, time to start the fourth quarter. So 8 minutes left to go in this game. So now, Hanman's going to throw it in. Now you've got a couple of Wildcats in foul trouble. You got a couple of Falcons in foul trouble, but Reagan Carey intercepts the pass, drives to the basket, she gets the steal on the deal, and the Falcons are back up on top.
Very characteristic here. Millwood is really starting to set in stone their defense identity.
This game is going to likely come down to the wire. Ava Gascon's going to throw it away as Reagan Carey comes away with the steal. Reagan kicks it over, Madison Presley for 3, and it's crash, straight, string, music. Madison Presley found the mark and nailed it.
Right, that's what you wanted to see from the freshman. It just took a long time. She started opening it up with some tough buckets on the inside, but this fourth quarter, you're seeing Millwood find their flow, transitioning defense into offense.
I need something to drink. That's what I need. Give me some Gatorade right now, because that sequence has just been incredible of basketball we're seeing going both ways. Tonight's game is being brought to you by attorney Jason Lowe. He will fight for you. If you're in a situation and need someone on your side, get the legal help you deserve with a free initial consultation. Call the Lowe Law Firm, 405-232-8500. Falcons now up by 5, have outscored Bethel 5-0 to start this frame. It's going to be interesting how long Tara Satterfield is going to be able to keep some of those players like Kinley Bowles and Bailey Tucker on the bench, because they're going to need them. And in fact, she comes right back with Bailey Tucker right now.
Right, it was only a matter of time because she came back in the game. You just have to be as strategic as possible.
7:19 to go in this one. Coming across the timeline goes Ava Gascon. Bounce pass over to Bailey Tucker. Tucker gets it over to Kinley Bowles. And now somebody's got to understand that you got to guard Lexi Tucker. She turns and fires an elbow jump shot. Now it's going to be key on who the foul is on. They're going to call the foul on Kaden Williams. That's key. Kaden Williams gets called for the foul. That's her second foul. But scored the basket with another nice turnaround. And when you're talking about clutch shots tonight, yeah, the noise can be talked about. Layla Manhusen and also Ava Gascon. But Lexi Tucker has been knocking down all the big shots this team has needed tonight.
Right, only 7, but all of them matter. We talked about key buckets at key times. As she knocks down that free throw, she's got 8 on the night.
So that three-point play is converted, and the Falcon lead is back down to 2. 6:59 to go. A chance to go to the state tournament. Who's going to come out on this one? Ball in the hands now. Madison Presley hands off to Courtney McCarroll, who's definitely had an impact in this game. Drives down low, ball knocked out of her hands. It will remain Millwood ball. 6:45 to go. 39-37. Maurice Prince and Jamin Dawson on the call this evening. Where, of course, we're talking about Millwood basketball, brought to you by attorney Jason Lowe. Madison Presley catches it. Maddie has 9 on the night to go with Mariah Gadsden's 10. Kaden Williams with 8 and Reagan Carey with 5.
Nice distribution in between that starting lineup there.
Reagan Carey gets it over to Courtney McCarroll. McCarroll backing it up. Falcons trying to take a little bit of time. Kinley Bowles stepping into the mix. Kaden Williams coming out the screen. Courtney drives to the basket, and contact's going to be made as Lexi Tucker is going to be called for the foul. Courtney McCarroll going back to the free throw line, team foul number 1. And I was really surprised when that screen, Courtney has been calling the screen and roll with Kaden Williams on the last few trips. Kaden Williams flashed above the perimeter, and when Courtney McCarroll rolled, for once, Kaden didn't go.
Right, I was kind of confused there myself, but luckily she was able to draw that contact. First free throw was good.
Courtney McCarroll now with 4 points in the game. But what's been so impressive about Courtney McCarroll in this game itself right now is not her 4 points that she has with a chance for 5. It's the 3 assists. All those assists have led to baskets rolling downhill on the screen and roll with Kaden Williams.
Right, but one of the senior players, she's just one of the most experienced ones, and she's using that knowledge to her disposal.
That time, Courtney McCarroll is going to end up with contact there, right there at half court. So McCarroll with the foul there, team foul number 2, but that is her first foul in the game. 41-37. So now Bailey Tucker's going to throw it in for the Wildcats. Ball being covered. Ava Gascon being guarded by Mariah Gaston. Gonna throw it back out. Bailey for 3, shot no good. Falcons go up for the rebound. Kaden Williams ends up with it, and it's gonna end up being, they're gonna call a jump situation there. That's a nice call by the officials, but you have to question when you're over the player, Jamin, you know, it's one thing if you have your hands on the ball, but when you're over the back with the hands with the ball, it's kind of an odd situation there.
Yeah, it makes it a very hard call. We've seen a few of them today, but that one probably being the hardest one to decide on.
5:46 to go in this one. 41-37 is the score. Madison Presley backing it up. Caden Williams now flashes. She has it on the left wing. Gives it back up to McCarroll. Courtney setting it up. Reagan Carey at the elbow. Now Reagan Carey backs up from the left wing. Courtney at the top. Courtney being a de facto point guard in the last few possessions. McCarroll dives. Ball knocked out of her hand. And she's got to do it, and they're going to call a timeout. Millwood does. She called a timeout.
I guess it was.
They're going to call a 5-second call.
Right.
They're saying Coach Jackson didn't get it in time. That one was kind of tough because everybody thought she called a timeout.
Very tough. Not very timely for the Millwood Falcons, but I think the defense there on Bethel really starting to pick up on Courtney McCarroll's favoring of the left side.
All right, so now Bethel paying attention, but they throw it away on the ensuing possession. Falcons still up, 41-37, 4:56 to go. Madison Presley comes across the timeline now. 4:48 to go. Presley gets around the screen, and they're going to call a foul against, looks like they're going to call a foul against Bailey Tucker on the screen. And that might be her 5th foul. That is her 5th foul.
And that's definitely going to be big. Her impact has been felt defensively. And now you've got Haley Handman checking back in the game.
So now Madison Presley going to throw it in. So Caden Williams tying the shoe. Officials hold up action here. Both teams with 2 fouls apiece, 4:42 to go. Mariah Gaston now going to run the point. Courtney McCarroll flashes high. Screen by Caden Williams. Ball now back to the corner. Madison Presley inside. Back to Courtney McCarroll and reset. Coach Jackson tells the team to back it out. Mariah Gaston gonna have to move, create some space. Don't want to get a 5-second call. Right now, man-to-man defense still being played by Bethel. Mariah near half court. Ava Gascon favoring. And Millwood trying to take a little bit of time off the clock. Ball knocked out of bounds. Great hustle that time by Haley Handman. But it will be knocked out of bounds. It'll still be Falcon basketball. Madison Presley to throw it in this time. The action is happening above the circle right now, between the half court and, of course, the top of the perimeter. Trap inside. Caden Williams gets it. Pass down low. Brilliant pass in by Reagan Carey.
Great pass and great control there by Caden Williams, being decisive, faking to the left side, spinning for the right.
Caden Williams has played her best basketball of the season these last 2 games. Back-to-back games with 10 points, and you're talking about 4 rebounds, so 10 and 5 in back-to-back games for her.
Right, really setting it up there. She's finding her footing in that high post.
Ava Gascon, cross-court pass over to Bowles. Bowles fires a 3. Shot draws no iron, goes out of bounds. It will be Falcon basketball.
Timely turnover there. Falcons up by 6.
Now Bethel wants full court pressure. Now Reagan Carey covers it. Madison Presley breaks it. Pushes it over to Reagan Carey. Dives down and fires it with too much pepper on the pass. Trying to get it down to Caden Williams, and she had the numbers. She just had to slow down there.
Right, you just got to slow it down a little bit. The poise is going to be the biggest thing with just a little over 3 minutes left in this game. You got to find your poise. All the passes have to be intentional.
Mariah Gascon dives and gets ahead of 2 screens. What a great job on fancy footwork. And this time, Madison Presley with a foul. They're going to call Courtney McCarroll. They're going to call McCarroll with the foul. So 2nd foul for McCarroll, 3rd team foul for the Falcons. 3:09 to go. Ava Gascon catches it on the inbound play. Reagan Carey battling on top. Ava into the lane, throws it up and draws a foul against Reagan Carey. Team foul number 4, 4th team foul against Reagan Carey. So Gascon going back to the free throw line. trying to add to how many points she got.
She's got a total of 12, Mo.
And she is the only Wildcat in double-digit scoring, correct?
Besides Minhusen. Minhusen is sitting at 11.
Okay, so 12 and 11 respectively for both those players. Shot does not fall that time. Missed free throw by Ava Gascon that time. In the second half of this game, Bethel has been 5 of 6 from the free throw line. That's their first miss of the second half. And she knocks that one down, creeping a little bit closer. 5-point advantage. Falcons throw over the top to get over the pressure. Madison Presley walks into a three. Side rims that one, shot no good. Rebound by Hanman.
Right, you definitely want to see him slow down a little bit, find a better shot, but Madison Presley intercepts it.
Madison Presley coming away with the steal. 2:45 to go. Ball knocked loose. Courtney McCarroll now has it. McCarroll gets across the timeline. Coach Jackson imploring her players to focus right now. Bethel wants to make a play. Courtney McCarroll takes it inside, throws it back out. Mariah now attacking. The Falcons are definitely trying to take about 30 seconds to a minute off the clock.
Right.
All in the hands of McCarroll.
Up 5.
Over to Mariah Gaston. Now, Coach Satterfield is asking her team to step out. Falcons cross-court pass. Dangerous cross-court pass there by Madison Presley. But it's still good. Falcons have it. Courtney McCarroll into the lane. Inlet pass to Caden Williams. She can't score. Rebound pulled down by Kinley Bowles.
Right, and that's the poise we're talking about. Madison Presley just looking like a freshman there on that pass. And then Courtney McCarroll trying to do her dump. And Caden Williams couldn't score.
So Caden Williams picks up the foul. That's the 5th team foul. So 43-38. So now 2 shots coming for Minhusen, who has 11 points in the game. 1:51 to go in this contest. So officials confer. So 2 shots now coming for Lexi Tucker. So I had that wrong person shooting the free throws. It's not Minhusen, it's Tucker. Tucker's got 2 opportunities. Bethel only has 2 fouls. The Falcons have spent more time as she knocks down the first one, really trying to attack the clock just as much as they're attacking the basket. It's been successful, but you gotta find a way to get to the free throw line and score a basket to keep Bethel at bay. And Tucker, again, she has been clutch. Every clutch basket, she's got, what, 9?
She's got 10 now.
She's got 10. Every point that Tucker has hit has been a momentum-killing shot that the Falcons have been trying to build on. So 43-40 a minute. We'll take a timeout here as well. You're listening to Millwood Basketball, brought to you by attorney Jason Lowe of Lowe Law Firm. He will fight for you.
Do you want an experienced attorney that will fight for you? Call attorney Jason Lowe at 232-8500. Attorney Jason Lowe has secured not guilty verdicts in cases including assault and battery, domestic abuse, and more. Attorney Jason Lowe handles all criminal cases such as drug charges, DUIs, bad checks, and family law, including child support. He also offers flexible payment plans and a free initial consultation. Call attorney Jason Lowe at 405-232-8500. He will fight for you.
Being brought to you by SSN Health, First Security Bank, OCCC, Love Student of the Month, Bank First, and Super Prep. And of course, the title sponsor of tonight's broadcast is attorney Jason Lowe. A fourth quarter, the Falcons have outscored them 9-6, but you can just feel Bethel trying to grind their way back into this game. And you've got 3 of their top scorers on this game on the floor: Gascon, Minhusen, and you have what I call Lady Clutch right now, Lexi Tucker right now. So as the Falcons are concerned right now, the Falcons have got great ball handlers on the floor. You've got Reagan Carey. You've got Mariah Gaston and Courtney McCarroll. But the Falcons need to put some points on the board on this possession right now, Jamin, simply because it's only a 3-point game. You need to make it a 2-possession game and keep Bethel at bay.
Right.
And Gascon going to reach in, trying to knock the ball out of Mariah Gaston's hand, and that's team foul number 3, but that's 4th foul against Ava Gascon.
Right.
Now, to me, I'm wasting no time, Jamin. I might try to draw that last foul there.
Right, found some better success here in Millwood in the second half from the free throw line. That's exactly what they needed, but the pressure is on the score with only a 3-point lead, and Bethel's pressing.
Dangerous pass again by Madison Presley. Those long passes she can't resist.
Right, when you're floating it, you're just creating more opportunity for Bethel to turn it over. They've been setting that zone all game.
Courtney McCarroll double teamed, going to be trapped over to Madison Presley. Madison Presley now over to Mariah Gascon. Over to Courtney McCarroll. McCarroll double team over to Mariah. Over to Madison Presley. They should have got the ball to Reagan Carey right there at the elbow. She had an easy dive to the basket. But it's under a minute to go. The Falcons are up by 3. And finally, Coach Satterfield tells Coach Haley Handman to foul. That's team foul number 4. That would be their last foul to give, if you will, Jamin.
Right, because one more foul just is an easy walk for the Falcons to the free throw line.
And another dangerous thing, throwing into the backcourt. Don't ever like that. Mariah Gaston has it now, and she's weaving, and they're taking away. Ball in the hands of Madison Presley, and she's going to get fouled that time by Handman. 42.5 seconds to go, and now that is the 5th foul. So now it's going to put Madison Presley at the free throw line. Tonight, Madison Presley has been 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. Can she add clutch to her resume? She back rims that first one.
2 big free throws here by the freshman. She's just really got to calm down because Bethel's already made a decision to trade
this. Shot here is huge. You turn it into a 2-possession game. Can she knock it down? Presley stands up, and she wasn't a freshman on that one. Knocks it down, 2-possession game. Falcons just got to pay attention. Handman dives to the basket, shot no good that time.
Heavily
Rebound, Reagan Carey. On the other end, Caden Williams gets the layup. Off the Reagan Carey assist, and the Falcons are up 6. It's a 2-possession game. Ava Gascon gonna get tied up. It's gonna be a timeout, or is it a jump ball situation?
Jump ball situation looks like to me, but could be a timeout because I can't tell who called it.
Oh, are they gonna call a technical foul? Are they gonna call a technical foul here? The officials are gonna discuss. Courtney McCarroll and Ava Gascon were fighting.
I think it's
Coach Jackson. And so they're asking the game, and it looks like
some flopping going on, Mo.
So, but the officials are going to talk about it here. I mean, they were a tie-up situation right there with the ball. The officials are saying that she was cleared out.
Certainly, but it was already in the jump ball or timeout situation there. So when you're still
it was a dead ball situation. This is going to be huge. The officials are still discussing it right now, but this is huge because if it is the technical, if I'm not mistaken, that's 2 shots on the ball.
Right, that would be a deadly situation. Bethel down by 6, but they never needed much time to clutch up and cut Millwood's lead.
So as it stands, there will be no foul called. The officials got together, no foul called. And to me, that was a real tough situation. 2 players pulling back and forth at the ball, and I get it, but the situation was, it really, if Millwood makes that mistake there, that's 2 shots on the ball. You don't want to put yourself in that position. Just let the ball go.
Well, I think Courtney McCarroll did a great job because she didn't feed into it whatsoever. She maintained her stride, holding the basketball, and I really think that was a flop there from Gascon.
And regardless of how it goes, it did not look good, but the officials got together and trying to discuss the situation and made the decision not to call the technical foul. But 46-40. So now, following the timeout, it will be Bethel ball. So now if you're the Falcons, do you give up the 2 here or cover the perimeter, make them step inside to knock down a 2? Because if you give up the 3, you're back to a 1-possession game. So do you spot? I'm not saying spot the 2, but don't foul on the 2. Make them take a contested 2, but run them away, especially Lexi Tucker. And at this point, you got a flash against Ava Gascon.
Yeah, Gascon has 2 threes in the game as well, so those are 2 players you want to watch out for, but you can definitely live with 2.
17.9 seconds to go. Going to throw it over the top. Menhuza now has it. Gascon turns, fires, shot off the glass, rebound no good. Shot no good, I should say. And Kaden Williams ends up with it, and Courtney McCarroll is going to get fouled. And the Falcons look poised at this point with 8.2 seconds left to go to try to knock down some free throws and have a chance to punch their ticket and break the drought. The Falcons haven't been to the state tournament since 2019.
Right, and that's really a testament to the coaching job Coach Jackson has been doing. She's found a way to communicate with all her players and really tighten things up when it mattered the most.
And Courtney McCarroll knocks it down. What a shot. 8.2 seconds to go. So the officials stopped the last free throw. Not sure what it is, and I'm trying to see who the foul might have been on. Maybe that's what the issue was. So it's 1 free throw letting go right here, and that might have been against Kinley Bowles. And McCarroll knocks down the free throw. 48-40, 8.2 seconds to go. The Falcons do not need to foul. Gascon sets, fires, misses the 3 as time expires, and the Falcons have clinched and earned their ticket to go to the state tournament. They punched their ticket. They are going to take the last spot available in bracket 1A.
And they have a lot of things to celebrate here, Mo. When things got bleak, they didn't waver whatsoever. That was a great job, Courtney McCarroll. Her game's so versatile. Did a lot of that heavy loading, making easy shots for Kaden Williams, and the defense started to tighten up. Mariah Gaston did a great job as well.
And the Falcons are going to be presented the plaque on the floor real quick. Tremendous game overall. The Falcons celebrate with adulation, and what a game. The Millwood Falcons, they have the plaque, and they've come out on top, winning by the score of 48-40. So that will end the season for the Bethel Lady Wildcats, and unfortunately, that is what we call, these teams have played 3 games, playoff margin of 8 points overall in this game, but each time one team wins, Millwood now knocks Bethel out of the playoffs as Bethel did to Millwood just 2 years ago. So, Jamin, if you had to pick a player of the game today for the Millwood Falcons, Super Prep player of the game, who is it going to be?
Man, I'm going to have to give it to Mariah Gaston. I think she played well. I don't know the point total, but just off the top of my head, I think she did a great job offensively and defensively. Some tough buckets for her as well. Courtney McCarroll did a great job. I really like the way she facilitated. And as you mentioned, Kaden Williams had another 10 and 5. Clutch free throws from the freshman from Madison Presley. Her scoring started to light up in the second half as well.
It's kind of hard not to give it to Courtney McCarroll, in my opinion. She had 7, but Mariah Gaston's 10 points, Madison Presley 10 points, Kaden Williams 12 points, and Reagan Carey 5. But they all made clutch decisions down the stretch. So what we're going to do is go ahead and get back to the city tonight. State tournament brackets come out tomorrow. Be tuning in to OKC Sports Radio 105.3 for details. For Jamin Dawson, I'm Maurice Prince. Tonight's game, of course, being brought to you by attorney Jason Lowe. He will fight for you. Have a great sports night.